What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nightwalkers back with Jacksonville Jaguars franchise mode. This is the franchise with Jay Darkness. We are getting ready to start week 2 of our franchise mode. And without further ado, let's get into playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Jaguars. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Larry, with a sight of fans splashing in pools behind the end zone, we can only be in one place. That's Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So you've got 1 week of preseason games in the books. Now you start to really assess some of the vets and, of course, some of the young players.
You're exactly right, because now there's a week's worth of film out there for everyone to watch. And for guys who may or may not make these particular teams, that film will be out there around the league, so maybe they can catch on somewhere else if they have to. But this would be a lot of fun to see how much time the veterans play versus how much time the young guys get.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they're brought out there by their fourth-year quarterback from Central Florida, Blake Bortles.
And partner, this is a young man who's got it all. Big, strong arm, strong-legged runner when he decides to take off with the football, but it hasn't all come together for him because he's thrown way too many interceptions in his career. Has to take care of the ball better, because when he does that, he can be one of the better starting quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, to your point, in 3 years, 51 interceptions. He's also fumbled 29 times. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class, and there was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
I got 15. I got 15. Green, 90.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them, because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
3rd and 5.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete here on 3rd down. This, of course, week 2 of the preseason, but we did have a couple of teams that got the extra game. The Hall of Fame game was played on a Thursday this year between Arizona and Dallas.
Yeah, and they welcomed in this year's Hall of Fame class of 2017. And what a class it was. Morton Anderson, the kicker, Terrell Davis, Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Kurt Warner.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their now third-year QB, the #1 overall pick back in 2015 from Florida State. It's Jameis Winston.
As a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, it perfectly fits that he's their starting quarterback because of his swashbuckling style of play. This is a guy who lets it all hang out. Leads by example, emotional type of leader that people tend to follow and gravitate towards. Knows how to make big plays by keeping plays alive and extending them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like...
And his first carry, he loses the football, and the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. They start the drive with Martin. Martin flexing the muscle.
Just pushed him.
There goes Doug Martin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Doug Martin, 57 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity, because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Preseason.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Second down, Winston. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
You just said injury timeout. He's hurt. Okay, it doesn't even show me who's hurt.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They run it again with Martin. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Buccaneers defense making their way back out onto the field. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? The 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3-and-out.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there. And he just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
That one goes for 36 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mercedes Lewis, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up.
1st and goal. Forget running the football. Forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Nope. I can make it.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-all is the score. More from Jacksonville after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Again, it's Martin. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
He blew up somebody right here. Right there. He got up. He got hurt.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tilvin Smith from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there.
Oh, that was my fault. I should have called for the third.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Hey, 4th and inches. Why let your quarterback try and sneak for it? Give it to the guy who's born to fight for those tough yards. It's a fullback dive, and he just makes sure he secures the football and then plows forward to pick up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
In this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept him on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to do it.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11.
Oh, come on. You got to juke that out. Wow.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense that's just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Here's Bortles to throw. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. Yeah, I'm with you. Who wants highlights from the second week of preseason? Let's get back to the action as we're ready to start the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
Our kickoff guy's pretty good.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And it's player spotlight time, and we shine that spotlight on Ryan Fitzpatrick. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see.
So the backups are in, ladies and gentlemen, after halftime. Let's see what...
And the drive begins here with Sims. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And ready now for 2nd and 9.
There he is, the linebacker. Lawrence Staple.
Again, they run with Sims. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Back-to-back runs. I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's the backup Fitzpatrick. Fighting through. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And Green with a catch left side. And he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Henning. He's got the rookie. It's D.D. Westbrook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field, become dependable targets for their quarterbacks, and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Here we go.
Penny. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And that is incomplete.
That dude has no hands.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now they run with Sims. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted,
we should have had him in the backfield.
And making sure they didn't get there.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. Gets it to the rookie from Penn State. It's Chris Godwin. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here we go.
On second down, here's Yeldon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Nice pass.
Trying for his tight end, Rivera, and it's intercepted.
Nice short pass.
It's Justin Evans, the rookie from Texas A&M. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now Sims. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. The Bucs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
We see passes like that all the time, don't we? When he's back there surveying the field, clock ticking in his head, trying to avoid the sack and the hit. Led him just a little bit too much trying to get out to his running back.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back.
Oh, wow.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Nice kick.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now T.J. Yeldon. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Left 35, go!
Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Ready, 20, go!
This is Yeldon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Let's go!
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Seems to me they want to run up the middle, and this team does not have.
They keep it with Yeldon on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They'll drop to throw, and this is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. And that takes us from second to third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now on third and long,
Come on,
they'll look
put
to
some air into
throw.
that,
And
dude.
incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And his throw here is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. 10 yards still left on second down. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Another injury. Who this time? I have no idea. Maybe the ball got injured?
And on second and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be intercepted.
Nice interception.
A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Rashad Green, and it'll bring up third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowman. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal here from the 9. They'll run with Yeldon. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Okay, we're going to take the points and hopefully have our defense.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And Myers able to knock it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give him the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
They play pretty good defense so far.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Rushing through this time.
He's back to throw. A dump off to Sims. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. The Bucs on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. A good pickup there. 26 yards. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Just crowd into this game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll give him 8 on the play. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway.
Okay,
And that will
so
tie this game here in the final
football,
minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Buccaneers defense, we watch them get set to go. They're working here with a tie game. The question here I like to ask is, how aggressive do you play this defensively?
You just want to make sure that you don't give up the play that beats you. I mean, it's that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Nobody was open.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can.
First time I think ever for me. Let's go and kick. I should have received, because if we would have went down and scored a touchdown, that was some stupid calls.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. On the ground, Rodgers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
So after that stop, you know the 3rd down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it here. This is Rodgers. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, They come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you just say, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to
all
pay
fourth
for
quarter, and then he comes out in overtime. Come on. Hits every single pass. Okay. What just happened? Okay, guys, I don't know what just happened. As you saw, we got kicked back, but we did lose the game. We have 2 new injuries. We'll check that right now. Jones is out 5 weeks, and so we have 2 defensive linemen out 5 weeks. For one with a groin and the other one with a shoulder tear. So we will see them back week 3, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and off camera. I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna off camera ready up and all that. Guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that bell is open up to continue watching all my content. But until the next time, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.